Hey everybody, good to see you again. So let's focus on women who have the sun coming through the sign of Taurus today. So when we're talking about sun signs, we're talking about a piece of the personality. It is not everything. It's not going to describe all motivations, all sides to the personality. It is a big part of personality because it's very much our willpower, a big chunk of our self-esteem, how we see ourselves, what we want to be appreciated for, how our vitality expresses itself, what does vitalize us. And a lot of our personal creativity, our personal expression is very much the sun, which is our solar power. So when we have the sun, a woman's sun, coming through the sign of Taurus, we have a lot of femininity that is related to the identity. This is a sign that's very much about beauty, very much about the look of things. Tastes are very much a Taurus thing. So we have identity that identifies as being tasteful, as being more concerned with quality, or a high quality or better quality. So the identity tends to grow into a more full or mature version of one's idea, a woman's idea of what it is to be a quality human being. There's also an appreciation of beautiful things in general. The self-esteem tends to do okay. It can even do quite well in the sign of Taurus because the sun, a big chunk of our self-esteem, really coming through a stable sign, a sign that is about, the long haul. It's not about short-term payoffs. So the identity often matures and grows through delayed gratification, through waiting for something better. So if we have Taurus woman having to choose between, 2 ears of corn today or 10 ears of corn tomorrow, she'll probably choose the 10 ears of corn tomorrow because there's more of a farsightedness when it comes to how she can enrich herself, how she can enrich her identity, how she can enrich her self-esteem. Because Taurus is very much about fertile ground, the natural resources, our own natural fertility as well. So she's very much identified with that and with those qualities within herself. Taurus women often want to be taken care of in style. Now, that doesn't mean that every Taurus woman is a sugar baby. It's more about there's an expectation of needing to bring something to the table. The quality that she sees in herself and that she's developing in herself are very much also expected in mates or in other people. And there's a rooted quality to the sign of Taurus, rooted in place. We associate stubbornness with Taurus. And so being more tied to one's roots or what she finds to be stabilizing, and that being very much a source of the identity as well. So growth tends to be in proportion to her quest or need or identification with stability. And that's very much often tied to ancestry or to family or to where we come from. So growing too far away from one's roots or having her identity develop too far away from what it is that she feels, is that tethered to stability, that's more unlikely in the sign of Taurus. It's very much unlike Sagittarius or Aquarius, where that is really the quest when it comes to identity. That's the motivation when it comes to identity. The motivation in the sign of Taurus is to develop the best product that we can. So the style tends to increase, the way that she handles herself. There's also a refinement to the identity as well. Socially, she's pretty capable. She can at least get by. Now, we can have other things going on, like hard aspects from Mercury to Uranus or to Mars. It can make things a bit more awkward when it comes to dealing with coworkers or everyday situations or communication in general. But just having the sun itself in the sign of Taurus is a much more refined, socially capable style of identifying. The identity is also very much tied to sensuality. So there's a smoothness about the identity coming through Taurus. It's an earthy, sort of tangible kind of sexuality that a woman puts off with the sun coming through Taurus. It's not so much, the austere kind of untouchable vibe that you can get often with Capricorn or with even Aquarius. And this is a conservative sign. So the way that she'll express herself or go about herself or advertise her sexuality, there's a class to it, or a conservative type of quality to it. I could even describe it like as a type of nobility that is mixed in with the sexuality, and especially the way that she sees herself, the way that she identifies. It's a classy, noble type of energy that we see there. The identity is very much rooted in the value that she gives to herself. And again, the sun tends to do okay, well, even coming through the sign of Taurus. It's a stabilizing kind of exchange there that can happen. But identity does tend to grow a bit slower. We tend to mature a bit slower in all of the earth signs, just simply because of the pace of things in that element. But slow and steady and slow and stable is sort of the path to growth of herself, or the idea of herself. It's a very classy, earthy, sexy sign to have the sun coming through. And the personal expression is very much tied to security and remaining secure. So developing identity in avenues that support that need for security, because the sun is meeting the need for stability, safety, security in the sign of Taurus. So I hope that was enjoyable and helpful. If it was, please subscribe to my channel and like my video. You can find me on the internet at Truth and Aspect Astrology, other social media, Facebook, Instagram is truthandaspectastrology.com. I'm not currently meeting with clients, but check my schedule into the future. I likely will be towards the end of the year, even into the new year. I'm taking some time off to teach full-time and create content full-time. So also check my website, because I will be opening my own teaching academy more towards the fall. So be on the lookout for that, and I'll be back super soon with more super cool videos.